Brees, head hell of the day, okay? Bring the juice today, brother. Let's get it.
You're going to be standing right next to me, man?
Let's go. That's what we do now. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's do a thing now. Hang on, kid. Hang on, kid.
Run.
Far side of the 10, step on to the 5, head to the end zone. What a play.
Derrick Henry was on my team, so I'm going to go Texans, I guess.
Yeah, he's on Tennessee, though.
Oh.
You tried. You went for it. I appreciate it. This is Up the Gut, live.
100%.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Up the Gut, your new favorite football podcast. As always, my name is Matthew F. Ehlers, and with me is family man and Bills Mafia Don, Patrick Kimmel.
That's me.
That is you, buddy. What's up?
Hey, you know what? I'm going to put you right there. Just ready for a killer night of Up the Gut.
Yeah.
Your new favorite podcast.
Well, not my new favorite. It's been my favorite for months now.
Well, it's your favorite again. You just take it.
But no, we got a few things to talk about this week. A couple big things. Well, I guess big depending on where you stand.
Big for the off season.
Yeah. I mean, first and foremost, I think the biggest thing is probably Dak getting all that money.
Yeah, he's 70 million, 77 million his first year.
Yeah. Overall, 126 million guaranteed.
That is insanity.
Yeah, I'd never thought he'd get that money. He's been asking for 40 million a year for like a year and a half now. I never thought they'd cave.
Yeah, you know, they're not going to cave. They're going to keep franchising and tagging him. They're not going to give him 40 million a year. We're going to give him 70. The thought process on that is just amazing to me.
Well, I mean, Jerry Jones is getting up there in the years, and maybe just he had a senior moment.
Yeah, maybe so. Or maybe he realized that quarterbacks were just getting more and more expensive. Might as well hit it now.
That's great for Dak, but I never thought he was worth that much.
I don't think so either. I don't think he's going to win you a Super Bowl. But, I mean, he's good. He's a quality quarterback. So, I mean, what are they going to do? They got to pay him eventually. The weird front-loaded contract is just, especially with the cap being down, it makes no sense to me. But we'll get into that later. Like, we don't have to delve right into that right off the bat because I've got a lot to say about that.
With that and him going to be just coming off that huge injury.
Yeah, he just wants to be the new Alex Smith.
Well, I don't know if everyone's going to love him. Like
no one can be the new Alex Smith, though, because, I mean, we all can agree that we love Alex Smith. Cut or not, no matter what team. I mean, we all can agree that we love Alex Smith.
Sequence.
I wasn't going to let him get away, but I had to.
Well, hopefully sooner rather than later, we'll get to have an episode where we talk about him getting signed somewhere. But
Alex.
Well, who doesn't? But yeah, he got all his money. We got Kyle Long coming out of retirement. Not to any particular team yet, but he's back.
Do you mind? If I just actually? You know what? I was going to say something. I'm not going to say it. I just added something to flip that guy. So,
so you have two?
Oh, say what? That's a shame. I like Alex Smith anywhere. No, I just added something to flip that guy. So we'll get to it. But we're going to go ahead and just start the show the way we need to. Not so breaking off-season news.
Not so breaking off-season news.
All right, where are we starting on?
Well, we're starting on the franchise tag deadline has passed, and there's a couple people who didn't get tagged. One especially that I am surprised that he didn't get that tag first, and that'd be Aaron Jones.
Yeah, that one surprised me too.
Surprising.
I still think that they're going to try to get a deal done. I mean, you have to get the deal done, but if they don't, I hope he comes my way. I'd love to see him on Buffalo.
Well, sure. I think a lot of teams love Aaron Jones. I would put him as a top 5 running back for sure.
Yeah.
But
and that's why they'll have to sign him.
I hope they get a deal done, because if they let another offensive weapon leave, honestly, if I was Aaron Rodgers, I'd just quit. I'd just go marry Shailene Woodley, have some kids, and just hang out at home.
I mean, he won't, but
he won't.
He'll just probably play even better next year. It's like, oh, no wide receivers, no running backs. I'll just do even better.
Yeah, that's insane that you have that kind of talent. I get it, because Green Bay is over the salary cap, but you got to try to do something.
No, 100%. You got to – there's ways around it. I believe Bakhtiari, he redid his contract to open up some cap space.
He did.
I mean, who are you going to keep? You're going to keep one of your wide receivers that drops 100 balls? You're going to drop your top 5 running – or are you going to keep your top 5 running back? You got to make these decisions, but I don't know. The decision-making hasn't really been there lately.
No, not
Jordan Love. Jordan Love.
Why? Why you gotta do that to me? Why?
I'm just saying the decision making's not there.
It's not, but you don't have to keep just picking that scab, man. It's bad enough I gotta see him on the sideline every week. Like, yep, that was our number one. That was our first round draft pick that we traded up for.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What better way to make a point than to bring him up? So sorry, I won't pick anymore. Who else we got?
Oh, we got some cuts. John Brown, Malcolm Butler got cut.
And Kenny Vaccaro.
Both
that Tennessee Titans secondary right there.
Yep. Malcolm Butler, the former Super Bowl hero.
But yeah, John Brown, I understand why they did it, but I really like that guy. I hate to see him go.
I just love his touchdown dance.
Yeah, everybody loves that touchdown dance. Quentin Jefferson gone. Oh, man, did you see the biggest release of this whole thing?
What's that?
Dan Bailey.
Really? I did not
released.
I didn't alert on that one.
Mm-hmm.
That is surprising.
It is, but another on those not tagged though that I'd like to see also in Buffalo is Hunter Henry, because we need a stud tight end, and he is a stud tight end. But what's funny is we talk about these people getting released and the people not tagged that can sign elsewhere. This is like the worst time in the world to be a free agent, because the salary cap's down, so no one can pay anybody, because they're cutting everybody under the sun just to get under that number. And there's like the Patriots and the Jets, maybe, probably not even the Jets, because they spend stupid. I don't even know who has cap space, but there's not many of them.
The Patriots had crazy cap space coming into this.
Yeah, and I think they picked somebody up, actually. They picked up from the Raiders. They traded for Trent Brown.
Yep. Yeah, Trent Brown going back to New England. But honestly, though, the cap didn't drop, though, as far as they were fearing. They thought it was going to go down about $180 million. I believe it's at 189, 185.
No, 182.5.
Oh, wow. It dropped even lower.
Yeah, because I think last year it was 190, and it's 182.5, I think. If I got my numbers right, but you do the crack research here, so because I'm running too much stuff.
I'm hoping this season, with all the vaccines going out, the season will be a little more normal. They can make more money, and that cap will go up again next year.
It already will, because Texas, Florida, Mississippi, Connecticut, Utah, not all these places have teams, but they're all opening up 100% capacity regardless what it is. So they're already talking about having fans in New York too. So it looks like we're probably going to have 100% capacity across all the stadiums next year. So it should go back up, and people being away from football, maybe it's going to go a little bit crazy, and they'll be buying up everything. So maybe we'll have a $200 million cap next year, and then it's a good time to be a free agent. So watch for a lot of 1-year contracts.
Yeah.
Just a 1 year, you're not going to break the bank, but if you ball out, then you're going to come and make some money next year.
Yeah. And then hopefully things will start getting closer to normal because not this upcoming season, but the next season, we should also have the XFL back.
No, I saw that. Actually, I just saw a tweet, I think, that said that the XFL and the CFL are in talks about working together. Yeah. So go back to our roots. Do a little XFL.
Oh, I thought you meant the CFL. I'm like, I'm not Canadian. Those aren't my roots.
You're close enough, though. Living up in Montana.
I wasn't born up here.
Doesn't matter. You live there. You might as well just live there forever. Golly. You guys, real quick, if you're watching and you haven't clicked the like button, do that for us. If you haven't subscribed, we'd appreciate it. If you like us, you can even subscribe if you don't like us. I mean, I'm okay with that too. Yeah. So you can find us on the social medias, on the Facebook and the Twitter at UpTheGut1. And if you're watching for the top 10 tight ends, they will be coming up after we finish the not so breaking off-season news. So what else we got in this off-season? I mean, anything major?
All we got left is still Drew Brees watch. He still hasn't officially decided.
What's that? What's that? What? And in breaking news, Drew Brees has still not retired.
I mean, I'm so torn on this. Like,
I hope he comes back. One more year. Just give me one more.
I want him to come back, but I don't want him to come back and look like he did this past season. You know what I'm saying?
You never know what'll happen, but I don't think he will. I mean, Drew Brees is going to put in everything. If he's coming back, he's going to do everything in his power to come back healthy. Hopefully, I mean, they're about as bad as it comes when it comes to cap space. I mean, whenever I wrote up the notes, when it said released, it was the entire team. They cut everybody.
Yeah.
So except for that one special team guy, they're like, mate, re-sign special team ace. I don't even know who the guy is. So anyway, but I want to see him come back. One more year, they'll make the playoffs. They won't make the Super Bowl, but he can go out not throwing like he did this last year. So
hopefully.
Other than that, Richie Incognito released. That one is, some people hate it, some people love it. I like how he plays personally. Kenny Galladay has not been tagged. So
Shaq Griffin hasn't been tagged.
Yeah, and Bud Dupree also. That one's a pretty big one. But what about who got franchise tagged?
Oh, Allen Robinson, which is a smart move.
Super smart move. I was hoping he would come to Buffalo. That guy, he's like a Stevie Johnson on steroids.
I think he's easily the best offensive weapon that they have. Is Allen Robinson, and they were smart to keep him kind of on the cheap and not let him go somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean they had to do something, and he'll get a long-term thing. Hopefully, I mean it just depends on the quarterback play there, but I think he'll be all right. I think he'll get his catches, he'll get his numbers, he'll get paid. Chris Godwin, staying with Brady, and I think I saw a report that said that he didn't care. Franchise tag, no franchise tag, deal, no deal. He just wanted to play football.
Yeah, he wants to earn a championship, and that's how I wish more players were.
Yep. No other really big ones that I know of.
Marcus Williams, but I kind of saw that one coming too.
Yeah. The one move. And is he an offensive lineman or is he I don't know him.
Let me do a check. I believe defense, but I could.
I feel like he might be a linebacker, but Leonard Williams, Brandon Scherf there in Washington, that was a pretty big one. He didn't play good in the playoffs, but leading up to that he did.
Marcus Williams is a safety.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's a safety. Weird. Anyway. So obviously you can look up and see real quick, just pick one person off the released, not tagged. Just one person and tell me where you think they should go.
Not tagged, I think.
And not to Green Bay with Aaron Jones.
Dang it.
Not sending back to the original team. Just where you think they would be a good fit.
I think Malcolm Butler would be a good fit in Green Bay. Put him back there with Jair Alexander. Gimme.
You just had to go Green Bay. Well, fine. I want Aaron Jones in Buffalo. What now?
Actually,
I was going to pick Malcolm Butler too, but I was going to say go back to the Patriots. I think that he had some of his best times there.
That could happen. But yeah, if Aaron Jones doesn't get a deal done in Green Bay, I would love to see him in Buffalo and actually have a good running back behind
Josh.
Yes,
Joshy boy.
I almost called him Kyle Allen for some reason.
Because Kyle Allen just got tendered or whatever by the Washington football team.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes, Josh Allen and Aaron Jones in the same offense?
With Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Cole Beasley.
Yeah.
It would be killer, especially when we get Kyle Long.
I think you guys would turn into a top 5 rushing offense just like that.
Yeah, and then how much more is that going to do for our passing game?
A lot to open up the play action.
Oh my God! And if we had a tight end, like maybe Kittle, if you're watching, come on over.
Kittle's not going anywhere.
He needs to, though. Could you imagine? There would be no question at all, I think. Now, this is kind of dipping in because everybody knows that he's a top 5 tight end. Everybody probably knows he's a top 2 tight end. But there would be no question in my mind if he went to Buffalo that he would be considered the number 1 tight end in all of football. There would be no question in my mind in Buffalo. No one would compare to him. Anyway, we got to jump ahead. What are we doing? What are we doing, Matt? Come on, tell me. I'm getting all pumped up.
Well, I believe that's all the big hitting points. Or we still got the franchise. Will franchise tag they're staying?
No, we went through those. We hit all the players that got places.
Well, I'm gonna go to your challenge. I was like franchise tag. Like, wait, they're not going anywhere.
Nope. No, just some names. I mean, nothing really big there. They got franchise tagged. They're going to get some money, but not what they want. But good year to be franchise tagged because no one can pay you this year. So
now, me personally, I'm just on Aaron Jones' watch to see what happens with my fingers crossed. But hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that is all we got for.
I drank too much
off season.
No, we don't. There's still more not so breaking off season news.
Is there? What else you got?
That contract, that's still off season news.
We talked about that.
Oh, is that all we're going to say about it? Cool, I'm good with that. Kyle Long coming back.
I mean, what else is there to say about Dak? He's getting all that money, but I don't think he's proven that he's a $40 million a year man.
I like it. All right. Well, hell.
And don't get me wrong. I hope he does, just not with Mike McCarthy as his coach.
Hold on, we're getting comments. Top 2, and he ain't number 2. Who compares to him now? Well, we're going to get into that, and we're going to discuss it. And I think that we actually differ on this one. So
yes, we do.
We'll get into it, but I think it'll be good. And but I'm a big Kittle fan. Like I said, I'd love to see him in Buffalo, away from the 49ers. Just like you wouldn't like to see Alex not on the 49ers, I'd like to see Kittle not on the 49ers and in Buffalo. All right. So, like I said, that is our not so breaking offseason news.
Not so breaking off-season news.
Woo!
Yeah, we're moving along, man.
We're closer to draft day. I'm excited because there's no way we can have as bad a first round as we did last year in the draft.
No, you guys are going to trade up again for another quarterback.
I would like something on fire, something important that would probably get me arrested.
Oh, yeah, just don't do that. Don't do that.
Look, sometimes you just react. But real quick, before we go anywhere else in the show, I believe we should let the people know who the official quarterback of this podcast is.
Who's the official quarterback of this podcast?
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you the official quarterback of Up the Gut.
That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. I don't care what they all say. That's right. I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. Okay. We work hard, then we all play. Yeah. I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So I refuse to waste time, man.
I really love that, man.
I'm glad it's not Joe Flacco.
You miss him. You missed Joe Flacco. Way to pick at that scab, huh? Huh? This is a payback.
Flacco when we have Fitzmagic
Well, I like
dropping
him
the
both.
face mask bombs.
My gosh, he's dropping bombs and he's not even looking. Helmet sideways.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
when did Joe
Fitzmagic
Flacco-
just does magic
When did Joe Flacco ever do that?
all the time. Maybe not that much of a face mask, but he just drops bombs. He doesn't need to do that because people can't get to him because he's already dropped the bomb. Anyway. Oh, where we going?
Yeah, that's our new official quarterback until we get another one.
Oh man, this may be one of the shortest episodes we've done, but I'm okay with it because,
I mean, it's the off season. Not a lot's happening. We had a few big moves, but nothing. I don't think anything major is going to happen until after the draft, because then we got to start looking for injuries. Training camp will start.
Well, I mean, free agency might be pretty good once, next week when we come in. Which, by the way, next week will be our St. Patrick's Day special. I think I'll wear a green hat and probably drink Irish whiskey. That's about as special as it'll get. Bring some stuff.
Go on and rate it. And with that talk earlier, we're rating tight ends today.
Oh, we are the top 10 tight ends. Now, on a sad side, I was not able to get Chad's top 10 list. So,
oh no, Chad, of course, our correspondent who's on the show as often as he can be, but it wasn't able to make it this week.
Yeah, he's behind me. If you've never seen him, he's up there rating some stuff too. But anyway, so I did not get his list, so it's just gonna be yours and mine. But you're starting off, so.
In my 10th spot, I had Jared Cook from New Orleans.
I have Jared Cook. Way to start off like a champ.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to tell you that some of these people I don't know really well.
Yeah.
A good tight end that can do the run blocking, catch some passes. So, past the ones that I already knew, I just had to kind of go in and I kind of looked at yards. I looked at touchdowns and just kind of fit in. And Jared Cook, I mean, you play with Drew Brees, you're going to have some stats.
Yeah, top 10 receiving touchdowns, not a whole lot of yards or catches, though. But that's because that's how that offense is built. But until you're in the red zone, they're looking for receivers. A lot of screen passes to Alvin Kamara. That offense doesn't need their tight end until they're inside the 20.
And when he cut,
I haven't seen anything about Jared Cook being cut.
Well,
I didn't see Jared Cook on that list.
They cut 2 tight ends, but maybe they're backups. All right, well.
9.
This is where I put Rob Gronkowski.
Ooh. This is where I put Jody Smith.
Oh, is that? Yeah, he got cut. Did he? Yeah. No, he's not tagged. He's not cut.
He's not cut.
So,
and you're right. Jared Cook is currently a free agent.
Okay, I thought I saw that. So
that surprises me because, boy, once they got in the red zone, he was pretty reliable.
Gronkowski's a beast. He hasn't been nearly as beasty, and I think the way he dipped himself back into my list is just he played well in that Super Bowl. So. He's sturdy. He's not always dependable, but when he's playing, he is dependable. It's just he gets injured, so that's why he snuck in.
Well, he played every game last year.
He did. But I think that Brait, or Brady as I call him, might have had even better stats than Gronkowski, though.
Probably. Like I said, Gronk didn't really turn it on towards the end of the season, that playoff run, but yeah, when they need him the most, he's there.
Yep.
And then Jody Smith, real quiet, was top 5 in touchdowns among all the tight ends. Just a real quiet scorer.
And very quiet, because had I known about him, he might have made my list, but I don't know him.
I mean, it's not the kind of league where a lot of tight ends are real like splashy.
Yeah, no,
like players, but he's there when you. Again, big red zone threat there when you need him. Hopefully he'll get signed somewhere.
Oh, he will.
Be able to put up more numbers.
Yeah.
Number 8.
I like
I
it.
had Logan Thomas.
I had Hunter Henry.
Ooh.
Yeah. Logan Thomas didn't even make my list. What team is he on?
Washington.
That's why.
But even though he played in Washington, which wasn't the best offense, he was still third in receptions among tight ends this last season.
No, and I remember him. He is good, but he wasn't one that stuck out to me. I mean, Hunter Henry, who is also, I think he was not tagged and is going to test the market. He is, I mean, he's just a stud. I mean, he has been for multiple years. I don't think he's been here that long, but he's been here long enough. And that's one that whenever I heard he was available or coming available, I was shooting for him to come to Buffalo because that would make a difference because he is that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I might upset you. You ready to move on?
You're going to upset you number 7?
Yeah. You ready?
7.
I mean, I'm never ready to be upset, but let's hear what you got.
Robert Tonyan.
This is where I had Jimmy Graham.
Wow, Jimmy Graham didn't even make my list.
I'm not upset. I'm just glad Tanyan's in your top 10. I'm glad he's there.
Well, he just, again, he's one of those, I think, more touchdowns than not, but he was pretty sure-handed and made a difference for Aaron Rodgers. Like, you know, I hadn't heard of him up until the last half of the season, but he was catching a lot of touchdowns and you know, whenever everybody in Green Bay except for Devontae Adams is dropping balls, he wasn't one of them. So that made me happy. And like I said, you catch that many touchdowns, you're going to make it in here, and he's only going to get better.
Yeah, so the only knock on him right now is he's not a really fast tight end. Like if he can find a hole in the zone, he'll catch just about whatever you throw to him. But he's not like he's not like, you know, Kelsey or Kittle with real good after the catch breakaway kind of speed.
This really makes me wonder what your top 5 is going to be. But Jimmy Graham really was good, but he just kind of
made me mad.
He just kind of has been falling off the map here lately. Like,
he was so quiet. I think he caught more touchdowns last season than he did in 3 whole years in Green Bay. And that makes me really angry that he'll catch all these touchdowns for Mitch Trubisky, but not Aaron Rodgers. Yeah,
like I said, that's why he's just been, I don't know. I liked him in New Orleans, and then he went and tried to chase the money, and I just haven't seen him as that guy anymore.
He wasn't bad in Seattle. I mean, he wasn't putting up his New Orleans numbers, but he wasn't
kind of like Julius Thomas. Well, wasn't he the one with Peyton Manning just killing it, and then all of a sudden, where is he?
Yeah.
No one knows.
6.
This is me, and I got TJ Hawkinson.
I have TJ Hawkinson.
All right.
Ka-chow! Nailing this one.
But yeah, TJ Hawkinson had a good year. Top 3 in receiving yards among all tight ends. And that's while playing in Detroit.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like him, and he's young enough that I think he's going to be really good.
He is. I'm afraid that his numbers might dip a little bit with this quarterback change because I still think Matt Stafford's a better quarterback than Jared Goff.
You'd be surprised. I guess it really depends on the coaching and the scheme. I think he could be just as consistent here.
I hope so. I want somebody to be good in Detroit, not like a superstar having their talents wasted there, not like a Megatron or a Barry Sanders. But I would like to see Detroit at least get out of the basement and have, you know, give us some competition. You know
I'd like to see them, have team success, not individual success.
Yeah. Well, you need to have more people have individual success to have team success.
Yeah, but they have that 1 or 2 guys here and there that just like kill it, but it doesn't. Maybe you got Megatron, basically no defense. I mean, they had Sue there for a while, but I don't really remember him doing a ton that really made him stand out. I mean, he obviously did good enough. He made his money, but I just remember him being a dirty player there.
He's dirty and chippy when he was in Detroit, but no, he got after some quarterbacks from that interior position, which he was the pre-Aaron Donald.
Yeah, no, clearly.
5.
All right. 5 is where I have Mark Andrews.
That's where I have Mark Andrews.
3 of them.
Yeah.
And Mark Andrews, I think, the M half and half given to Hayden Hurst. Are we there?
Yeah, you
half of it given to. Okay, half of it given to Hayden Hurst, half of it given to Mark Andrews, because and Hayden Hurst is actually an honorable mention of mine, because those two guys is the only reason that Lamar Jackson ever completed a pass, and
Right.
Mark Andrews is the only reason that Lamar Jackson's still completing passes. So,
yeah. I still don't know where I stand as far as Lamar, but yeah, Mark Andrews is pretty reliable. Top 5 in yards per game and total receiving yards.
he's like 23 and looks 52. Seriously, when I first saw him catching balls, I'm like, man, this veteran's coming out of nowhere, and he's like his second year in.
I guess that'll kind of be a benefit in the future, because then as he's getting older, probably won't change much, and they'll be like, man, he hasn't aged a day.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
4.
And this is where I have Robert Tonyan. This is 4.
Ooh, pretty high.
Yeah.
This is where I have Mike Gesicki.
Ooh, he did not
I love
make my
Mike
list.
Gesicki. Oh, man, I'm a big fan of his. What he has done for Fitzpatrick and Tua, like, that is the guy. He's the outlet. He's another one that if I can get him in Buffalo, I'd be happy as a clam. Hard worker, gets open, plays tough, gets after it. I mean, everything you want in a tight end, he has it.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I kind of forgotten about him, because I didn't, even though they were getting better, I didn't really have a good eye on Miami.
But another one where, they're in my division, so I notice it a little bit more.
Yeah, you have to. But no, I think Robert Tonyan is definitely a top 5 tight end. Other than a lack of just pure speed, he's got everything you need in a tight end. He's big. He can contest for the catch. He's got really good hands. And in the red zone, he just seems to always be open, because he tied the league for touchdowns.
It's good stuff.
3.
This is where I have Darren Waller.
That's where I have Darren Waller.
Oh, man, we almost locked this thing down.
And I likes me some Darren Waller.
I do too. And I probably wouldn't have known about him, but one of the guys in my fantasy league had him, and he put up stupid ass fantasy numbers.
Yeah.
Solid dude. Like, he could win you a week by yourself in fantasy. So
Just about, yeah. Number 1 in receptions, second in all receiving yards, third in receiving touchdowns. He's doing everything for the Raiders. Unfortunately, didn't amount to much as far as the team goes, because they fell short of the playoffs. But he was definitely one of the bright spots.
Oh, 100%. And he's only going to get better. So watch out. He's Vegas, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Raiders.
Vegas.
2.
That's still so weird to say, Vegas.
Vegas Raiders. This is you.
It is me. And this
And I
is
know
where
you have here.
Travis Kelce.
This is where I have Kittle.
Yeah.
And again, I think it just comes down to, for me, and actually here, let's just do this.
1.
George Kittle.
Travis Kelce. So now, the reason that I have it the reverse order, I think they're very equivalent when it comes down to it. I think Kittle probably can block a little more and a little better than Kelce, but Kelce will catch and get more yards, touchdowns probably than Kittle will. And it really comes down to the offense played in. And with Kelce having Mahomes, whenever you are, I think, number 2 in the league in receiving yards as a tight end,
Yeah.
I would love for Kittle to be up number 1, but I can't take Kelce out of that spot for that exact reason. He has the yards. He has the offensive production. Kittle, he may be hindered by an offense. So come to Buffalo.
Well, not just that, but he only played 8 games last year. George Kittle did.
Yes, I know.
So he was pretty quiet last year, but maybe it's just because of the way I like to play football, but he seems to be just a little bit leaner and a little bit faster, has just as good as hands, and he seeks out the contact. He wants to run block. He wants to hit someone, and I love it. George Kittle is the people's tight end.
Yeah, that's one thing I think I saw in an interview with this. He doesn't think anybody can tackle him. And it looks like that. Whenever he's running, he can shake people like you wouldn't believe. I think Kelsey has a little bit of the drop sometimes. My thing about Kelsey whenever I'm watching him play is when he drops one, and he will eventually drop one, I'll say, well, there's the one. He won't drop another one because usually then he goes into that next gear and he doesn't drop them. The exception to that rule was the Super Bowl. That was not a good game for him, and I don't put that on him. I mean, some of it's him, but a lot of the stuff he was trying to catch, I think, was just not thrown well by Mahomes. So I'm not going to put that on him.
Their busted up offensive line just couldn't do anything against Tampa's pass rush. Nothing.
Yeah, no, 100%. Anything else you want to say? I do have one other honorable mention. I'll just go and throw that in there as Noah Fant.
Yeah.
I like him in Denver. I think that whenever Cortland Sutton comes back and Drew Lock gets in his groove, and or Deshaun Watson, if he gets traded there, whatever happens, he's going to have a better year next year. So he may be able to crack the top 10.
Would you like to have Noah Fant in Buffalo?
Maybe. I'd have to watch a little more of him, but probably. I mean, actually, I meant to make the joke when we went to number 1 and say Dawson Knox. But I forgot. And I like Dawson Knox, I do. But when it comes to drops, he's got it really bad. And he'll have spurts where he'll drop the easiest pass and he'll catch the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen in your life. So I think he has potential. So I'm not saying cut Dawson Knox, but if he's a backup and we get somebody like Hunter Henry or, if Gesicki or Kittle, something like that, if we had someone of that caliber, even if we had to draft one, I think he's going to keep getting better. Then we'll have 2. We'll do that, the whole Patriots too. They had Hernandez and Gronkowski, except neither one of our guys is going to go murder people.
Yeah. I do like how you keep trying to speak in existence that Kittle's going to come to Buffalo.
Oh, man. I think I might even tweeted it to him at one point. Like, I know he won't. He seems like, one of those guys that loyalty means a lot. And so, yeah, he'll probably stay there. And I hope that things get rolling. I think Jimmy G is a good enough quarterback if he stays healthy. I think that team's really good when they're all healthy. So hopefully they are this year. Because I like him. I like him as a team, but I just like him better on Buffalo. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. I would like him better
think if we got
in Green Bay. Of course I would.
I think if we got him and Aaron Jones,
I'd be mad.
Yeah, we'd go broke next year. My God, we'd be so amazing.
I'd be very upset.
Hey, do you know what? Do you know what that was?
What's that?
That was Uncut Racist. We're gonna
look at us and lock that for almost half that list. I feel like.
Yeah, no, we basically the 1 and 2 are interchangeable. So I'm just going to give us 6 out of 10, even though we didn't match on the first 2. But I'm going to give it to us anyway because it's my show. It's your show. We do what we want. Who's going to stop us, huh? D Hammer.
And for
he's still here.
And for the couple of you who have watching and were like, well, they must have. We didn't talk about this list at all before the show. Not even.
No, we never do. We just say this is what we're gonna. This is gonna be our top whatever. Or this is what we're gonna rate, and then we go at it. So there's a lot of tight ends we could choose from. So that is pretty impressive. Hey, hey, do you remember? Do you remember when we almost picked the exact same list? Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Me too.
I remember like it just happened.
That's true. It did. Where are we at, man? I think we're going to come in under an hour. So, again, if you haven't hit the like, if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't told your mom about us, you're missing out. So, and most of the time, if you haven't been to the channel, I'll try to cut out some snippets. If you don't want to watch an hour to 2 hours of us talking and me yelling at Chad for whatever reason, It happens. Watch the videos. But if you haven't got a chance to do it, I'll cut out the top 10 stuff, which I've still got some stuff to upload, but I'll cut out the flip and flips. So that way you guys can just watch short snippets. So that way, if you only have 5 minutes in your day, we got you. Enjoy Up the Gut on your lunch break. Enjoy Up the Gut before you go to bed. Just enjoy it up the gut.
Please.
Yeah.
I'll say please. I'm not too proud.
All right, what do we got? What do we got next?
It's time for the most negative segment of the show. It's time to flip that guy.
Flipping. Dadgummit!
And I'm going to let you start this one. Who you got for flip that guy this week?
I was going to do Dak and the Cowboys because, it was the he said, she said, we're not going to give it to him. Oh, I'm not going to do this. Oh, we're going to franchise to, I want Patrick Mahomes money. Oh, I want. And it's just, like, come on, guys, just figure it out. Like, come on, figure it out. But I got one that actually bothers me even more, and I can't believe I didn't pick this one right off the bat. But there are rumors going around that the NFL and the NFL ownerships and the NFL teams and the GMs, there's rumors that they don't have any love for Ryan Fitzpatrick, for the official quarterback of Up the Gut, that he might have to retire due to lack of interest. And that is just insane. How is that even possible that the guy who could throw a football 900 yards with someone pulling his face out back of his head, how is this even possible that you don't have interest? He's better than so many of these quarterbacks out there. What are you going to do? You're going to put out Drew Lock when you could have Ryan Fitzpatrick? Huh? What are you thinking, NFL? You know what, NFL?
Flipping. Dadgummit!
That would be a sad way to end the journey of Fitzmagic. I would love to see him play for at least 2 more teams.
I know that it's not 2 more years. It's not get to a Super Bowl with the team. It's just I want to see if he can hit 50% of the league.
I would love to see him win a Super Bowl. At this point, I don't even care with who. I would love to see him get a ring. Of all the backup quarterbacks, I think he's the one that deserves one.
Well, you really can't even call him a backup quarterback. He starts most of the time. He just goes into a team as the backup, and then he comes out as a starter. It's amazing. It just goes to show his attitude and his talent. And whenever he got cut, he was heartbroken when they put Tua in. Not when he got cut. Whenever they sat him for Tua, he was heartbroken. You didn't really hear about it. He said like one thing, like, "Oh, I thought I was going to play," and then he was there helping the young guy. Real quick before you do yours, D Hammer is still here, and he says that Kittle has done more with less, which I agree with, and that's why he probably hit number 2 on my list. And with all the injuries, I don't think the offense will be an issue next year. And I think that there is a chance, and I think that may be the case. But with Kelsey having, number 2 in reception yards amongst all people catching the ball, that's pretty impressive for a tight end. I understand the tight end is more than just catching the ball and catching touchdowns. It's blocking, it's everything. But I think Kittle has a chance to be number 1 just at this moment in time, coming off the year he did. The quarterbacks that he was playing with because Garoppolo was injured. I just think Kelsey is the number 1 right now. It could very well change next year. Very well change next year. And it 100% would change if Kittle was in Buffalo. Just saying.
You want it so bad.
So I do not disagree with you, D Hammer, but I have to go off what I have. And right now, Kelsey just had a baller of a season.
Yeah.
All right. Now, who are you flipping?
Oh, I'm being the homer that I am. I'm sticking with my squad, and I'm saying flip that guy to the entire Packers head office and management.
But why?
Why? Because we have a top 5 running back who we are this close to watching just walk away. All this talk about needing to get Aaron Rodgers weapons, we're about to let another one leave.
Yeah, but it's just a running back. Those are a dime a dozen. You can get a top 5 running back, at Macy's.
Really?
No.
Really? Okay. Let's say, if that's the case, where's your top 5 running back?
He took a nap last year.
He took a nap last year. No, Aaron Jones meant so much to that offense. He was there on so many key moments in that second 13-3 season we had, and we're just gonna toss him aside. Why? Because we got Williams and AJ back there now. Although, granted, I do like AJ. I like him a whole lot. I hope we keep him. But I really hope we keep Aaron Jones. He knows the offense. He doesn't get hurt often, so he's pretty reliable. And he can catch out the backfield. He has all the things you need in a top-tier running back to play with the best quarterback in football. And we're about to let him go. And hopefully they'll prove me wrong.
Get some real passion in there. Give it to him so bad that Green Bay management signs him tomorrow. Because I do want to make one point real quick while we do this. We always talk about something, be it Ben Roethlisberger's contract, Carson Wentz to Indy, and the next day it happens. So this will be that thing, but you have to put some passion into it. Tell Green Bay management why they need to do it, or we're just going to flip them.
I can't scream because the roommate's sleeping and
that's fine.
The walls are thin. But let me be clear. You're already so dense that you can't go out and pick up a true number 2 wide receiver. Year after year we ask for one and you never give it to us. The least you could do is let us keep the backfield intact and keep that run attack going so we can run off the play action. It's the best thing we have on the whole offense. If we lose the play action, we are so screwed. We're not going 13-3 again if if Aaron Jones leaves. If Aaron Jones leaves, I promise you we're not winning 10 games. I don't care how great Aaron Rodgers is. If we don't have something to compliment him, we're done.
You agree with yourself. So you hear that, Packers management? Sign him tomorrow. Flipping. Dadgummit.
Yeah. Hashtag save Aaron Jones.
Ooh. Let's see if this pops up. But D Hammer, I do agree with this one.
Emmanuel Sanders agree. Well, we're getting Devin Funchess back. He's not opting out this time, and he's taking a pay cut.
Yeah, yes, I like it. I like Emmanuel Sanders quite a bit, though. I think he would be good there.
I would like that, but we do.
I don't think you'll have to pay him much either. A 1-year contract. I mean, this is the year of the 1-year contracts.
He did have a good year last year.
So
I would like it, but other than picking up the Smiths a few years ago, we do so little in free agency.
That's all right. There's anything could happen. So again, if you haven't subscribed, please do. This is what we're working towards, is getting as many subscribers as we can, because apparently that's the point of YouTube.
Yeah.
Next week, top 10 running backs.
Have we not done running backs yet?
No, I just went back and looked at our notes. We've done coaches, quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends.
Yeah. All right.
We have not. Yeah. So look for us next week for the top 10 running backs. I don't know who makes it. So like, subscribe, tell your friends. Thanks for joining us in the chat, guys. We appreciate you guys getting mixed in.
Leave comments. Tell us what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, once they're archived, get on there, leave a comment. We'll read them.
I don't even care if it's a mean comment. I'll read a mean comment. It's just words. Ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
Yeah, no, I don't have feelings. Anyway, so and if you get on the Facebook or the Twitters at Up the Gut One, hit us up. We'll always take suggestions. We got nothing but time right now. Nothing but lots and lots of time. I think that's all I got, guys. Ailers, what do you got?
Just one final request. If you don't tell anybody else, tell your moms about us.